What do you mean? I should leave? Her voice cracked on the last word. Gabriel, it's been 20 years. We have been together since I was 23 years old. I gave up London for you. I gave up my career for this home. And now you're standing there telling me to leave? Kathy, don't you dare say my name in that soft voice like you're calming a child. She slammed her palm on the counter. You haven't touched me in 4 years, Gabriel. 4 years. Do you understand what that does to a woman? I thought I was ugly. I thought I was broken. I thought there was something deeply, fundamentally wrong with me. Gabriel stood by the window, his back half turned toward her, watching the rain trace crooked lines down the glass. Answer me, she cried. You owe me that much. You owe me an answer after 20 years. I know, he said quietly. I know I do. So talk. Because I have been living in this silence for so long, I don't even know who I am anymore. I cook for you. I pray for you. I defend you to my mother when she asks why we never have children. I tell her we're happy. I tell everyone we're happy. Her voice dropped to a whisper. Are we, Gabriel? Have we ever been? He finally turned. The look on his face was not coldness, but grief. I do love you, he said. That's not what I asked you. I know. Then why? The word came out as barely a whisper. Why have you been pulling away from me? Why do you flinch when I reach for your hand? Why do you sleep at the very edge of the bed like I am something to be afraid of? He looked at her for a long moment. Then he pulled out a chair at the kitchen table and sat down slowly. Sit down, Kathy, he said. There are things I should have told you a long time ago. No. She did not move. You don't get to ask me to sit down like this is a meeting. Tell me standing. Tell me right here. Because if what you're about to say is what I think it is, I need to be on my feet. He looked up at her, and in his eyes, she saw it. The confirmation she had always half feared and never allowed herself to name. He was wrong. As he spoke that night, slowly and haltingly, the truth came out in broken pieces, the way old walls crumble, not all at once, but steadily, inevitably. He told her about Michael, a name from 23 years ago, a university friend, a feeling he had buried so deep he had almost convinced himself it was dead. Michael. Kathy repeated the name like she was tasting poison. You're telling me, all this time, it was a man. Yes, Gabriel said. And you knew this before you married me. The silence that followed was its own answer. Gabriel. Her voice was dangerously calm now, which was worse than the screaming. Did you know, before you put that ring on my finger, that you were not attracted to women? I thought, I believed that what I felt for you could be enough, that I could change, that God would. Do not bring God into this. She held up her hand. Do not stand in this kitchen that I have cleaned for 20 years and tell me you prayed your way through our marriage. Because if you were praying, Gabriel, what was I doing? I was loving you. Genuinely, completely, foolishly loving you. I know. Stop saying I know. I know is not an apology. I know is not an explanation. I know doesn't give me back my 30s. It doesn't give me back the children I never had because I was waiting for you to be ready. It doesn't give me back the nights I cried in the bathroom because I thought my husband found me repulsive. You were never repulsive to me, but you never wanted me. She pressed her hands to her chest. Do you understand the difference? You could tolerate me. You could love me like a friend, like a sister, like the most important person in your life. But you never wanted me. And I have spent 20 years trying to earn something that was never yours to give. She crossed the room and stood directly in front of him. He could not look away. Did you ever try? She asked. Not accusingly, genuinely, as though she needed to account for every moment of their life together and place it correctly in this new, devastating map. Every day, he said, and she believed him. That was perhaps the hardest part. She believed him completely. Why now? She asked. Why are you telling me to leave now? Because someone at my office, a young man, he looked at me the way I have never been able to look at you, and I felt it. I felt something I have been numbing for 20 years, and I thought, if I feel this, and I am still here lying next to you every night, then I am still lying to you. And you deserve better than a lie, Kathy. You always have. She was quiet for a very long time. Outside, the rain had softened to a mist. The clock on the wall ticked with an indifference that felt almost cruel. She did not leave that night. She slept in their bed, their shared bed. And he slept in the guest room, and the house held its breath around them both. In the morning, she made tea, 2 cups out of 20 years of muscle memory, and she placed his on the counter without a word. He wrapped his hands around the mug and said, "Thank you." They were quiet. But it was a different quiet than all the ones before it. This one had been earned. In the weeks that followed, Kathy moved through her grief the way one moves through deep water, slowly, with great effort, trying not to panic. She called her sister. She sat with a therapist in a small office with a ficus plant in the corner and learned to say out loud, "My marriage was not what I thought it was," and to survive the saying of it. She was angry. God, she was angry. There were nights she sat in her car in the driveway and screamed until her throat hurt. 20 years. 20 years of wondering if she was too much, not enough, too loud, too needy, not pretty enough. But she also, slowly and stubbornly, began to find something else beneath the anger. The woman she had been before she became Gabriel's wife. The one who painted on Sunday mornings. The one who wanted to visit Portugal. The one who laughed too loudly at her own jokes and was not sorry about it. Gabriel, for his part, did not disappear. He did not become a villain in her story, and she did not let herself make him one, because the truth was more complicated and more human than that. He was a man who had been afraid, for a very long time, of a truth he did not choose. They grieved together and separately, and they learned painstakingly how to be honest with each other in a way they had never quite managed in 20 years of marriage. On a Wednesday evening in November, 6 months after that rainy night in the kitchen, Kathy came to collect the last of her things from the house. Gabriel helped her carry boxes to her car. When they were done, they stood in the driveway in the cold air, breath misting, not quite able to say goodbye. "Are you okay?" he asked. She thought about it honestly. "Not yet," she said, "but I think I will be." He nodded. She could see that he meant it when he said, "I hope so. I really hope so." "Gabriel," she paused, one hand on her car door. "I want you to know something. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life being angry at you. That's too expensive. But I need you to understand what you took from me. Not on purpose, maybe, but still. You took my confidence. You took years I can't get back, and you are going to have to live with that." "I know," he said. "Good." She got in the car. "Take care of yourself." She started the engine and she drove toward whatever came next.